Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of the series. Today we are having Samir with us who will be sharing his experience and knowledge on how he got the role and how he proceeded with his career. So Samir, let's start with your introduction.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Harsh. So basically, I just graduated my BE degree, and I'm working now as a software engineer at FrontRow, which is a startup. And yeah, I've been a part of a lot of communities and fellowships and leadership programs. So in the past 1.5 year, I couldn't get into a lot of these in my first 2 years, but I got into everything in the last, and it was a rush, and I had a great experience. So yeah, looking forward to share everything.
Okay. And can you tell us more about the role, like what does a SWE do at a company?
So mainly, in my particular company, I am working as a Flutter developer. I'm working mostly on the mobile. Also, there is also a middleware with Node.js, so we build that as well. So we handle both the things. I think SW can range from anything from building the application itself to making either it can be front end or back end, writing core logic, to developing internal tools for testing or any kind of tool that can or packages and libraries that can help within building the app. So that will be the core things that the SW does is follow the product life cycle, and any task that comes up from the product team or the design team, pick that up and just go through filling up the requirements. I
Okay.
think that would be the most appropriate thing.
And how was the interview process for you for the role?
So since this is a new startup, I loved the interview process. It only basically tested only my skills, and they didn't go through anything of like data structures or anything. So it's the first round was very informal, and it was mostly about knowing about more about my journey and what I was excited about, and what goals I had and what goals the company had, and discussing all of these, and generally what experience I had throughout like building through these other programs that I had been through. So that was basically it. And the second round was although a very long one, but it was still very fun and very interactive. So it was a hands-on where I was given a task to like go through the flow of what I would use to fetching from an API, like fetching data from an API to managing state and then putting it to the UI. So this was the entire flow. I didn't have to write the entire code; it was pseudocode. But the most thing that I tested out was how scalable am I writing the code, how reusable is it, and uh, how clean is it, how clean is the architecture. So these were the main things I was tested on, and like how am I handling errors, and uh, how how great am I handling all of these things. So yeah, in the third round with the co-founder discussing our goals, and we were just discussing what our goals are and if it matches with the companies and our personally, and just our journeys of what he has been through and what I've been through. So it was awesome, and I loved it. So it was great.
Okay, and like how did you prepare for the role? Like you focus more on the project building side as you are a Flutter developer or on the competitive part of the things?
Yeah, so I started DSA very late, so I was like, I'm still bad at it because of lack of exposure. I didn't know that this was the most important thing. So I was mostly into projects since my fifth semester. But yeah, for this role, I did ask what would I expect, and they said it would mostly be your core skills of building applications and the Flutter framework itself. Like you have to know a good amount of Flutter. So since then, I have been doing Flutter for the past 2 years every day of my life. So I was pretty comfortable with it, and I didn't have to prepare much. I just looked into a few extra things like testing or the framework itself, like some things that you don't generally use in your. I just went through the Flutter documentation, so that was my preparation material.
Okay,
That's it.
and
Apart from that, I didn't really do anything.
mm-hmm. And anything else you would like to suggest to someone who is like applying for a similar role or a different role at a firm?
Yeah, so if you're applying for a startup, definitely focus morely on your core skills, especially if it is like a front end role. I would recommend, at least for in my case, I think this is what even most companies would care. UI building a UI is although it's complicated, it is much easily you can easily find it on the internet. Like people would have shared different code pens or something which you can get inspiration from. But building the core architecture and building the applying OOPS concepts everywhere and making sure that the code is scalable, that is something that you won't like you can't copy off Stack Overflow or something like that. So you'll have to learn them, and only with experience you'll get it. So when you're building apps, try to make them as scalable as possible and try to structure the architecture very well, follow some architecture like MVVM or MVC, whichever is applicable for that framework or tool. So these core concepts are really important when you are building a production app, because the app just gets so huge that without this, even now I'm lost, even though it's very well architected. Even with the architecture, you get lost. So without this, it'll be like a entire huge mess. So this is what I think companies mostly look for, that you write code that others can understand.
Okay. And anything else you would like to suggest, like how communities can have an impact in one's career?
Yeah, so communities to me has been a huge thing. For everything, every program I got into, I reached out to someone and they helped me like throughout the application process. They helped me get to know more and make me better, make me get a better application. So communities are really awesome, and getting involved and helping each other and getting help, like that is really good. So if you are applying to something, do reach out to people. There are a lot of people who won't reply, but there are also a lot of people who will. And I realized this. I mean, even I had reached out to a few people who didn't reply, and then one person replied, and he just stuck with me till I got into that program. So these kind of experiences are like really great. And since then, I've realized that I do reply to every person who reaches out to me for the similar program or similar things. So if you are into something that I've been into, definitely reach out to me. I will help you. And yeah, like this is what gave me more clarity and more precision in what the application I was filling and everything. So yeah, definitely you should be involved in a community, and this will give you an amazing impact. And it's just a chain reaction that every person I spoke to like led me to something new, and now I'm here. So that's how it's been awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Samir, for taking your time out to share your knowledge and experience. I hope it will be helping a lot of folks. I'll be linking Samir's LinkedIn in the description, so you can surely connect with him and check out what all things he has done. And any final closing notes you have for the people watching this?
Uh, Closing notes in the sense, I would say, like especially in India, there is, I think we are all in a rush. Like it's just so competitive that every day we are doing something, and we sort of lose track of time, like how it is, and we just get stressed a lot. So I've been thinking of this too, like ever since I got a job, like I still have some kind of unsatisfaction that I didn't get that, or I didn't get this in my college, or I wasn't able to do that. But then I realized that it's okay. Like if you don't do something, it's totally okay. It's your journey, and you define a unique path to it. So don't ever regretting is the most time wasting thing you'll ever do. So don't regret what you didn't get to do, but make sure what you have. And especially in college, we are aiming to do so many things that even a 10-year professional wouldn't have done in the past 10 years. So you definitely have a long career to accomplish any open source contribution you want to make, any app you want to release, or anything, or even the biggest company you want to get in. You have a long career to do that. So don't rush it in and get depressed or something. It won't lead to anything productive. So just take in whatever you have, make the most out of it, and you'll be fine.
I totally agree with this. So thank you once again, Samir, for coming up and sharing your knowledge. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.
Okay. Thank you, Harsh.